Alright, so this is going to be our daily warm-up. In the Marine Corps, we've got the Daily 7, which is a series of calisthenics to generally get a workout in. But we're going to call this the Daily 9. It's a series of 9 different exercises that are going to get you warmed up and get your body ready to perform the workout of the day. So our first exercise of the Daily 9 is going to be joint rotations. We're going to start off with neck rotations. So I take them nice and slow and bring it around. And I want to get full range of motion on this, so as far back and as far to each side as is comfortable. That's what I'm going for. And we'll do 10 to each side. So after I get the neck going, I do arm circles. I'm going to put my palms forward. I'm going to trace these in big circles. I'm not flopping my arms around real sloppy like. I'm making big circles, pulling all the way at the back, pushing it, letting it go forward at the front, pushing up high at the top. I'll do 10 to the front, 10 to the back. I'm going to do 2 different ones for my hips. One, I'm going to put my feet about shoulder width apart, hands up over my head, and move my whole body, leaning back at the top, so I'm actually looking up at the ceiling when I do this one. So I'll do it 5 to one side. I'll do 5 to the other side. Then I'm going to do hip rotations. This time I'm trying to lean my head in place, and I'm rotating my hips around a circle. And I'll do 10 to each side, doing the hip rotations. Then I'll do my knees. And I'll go 10 times one way with my knees, with my feet together. 10 times around to the other side with my feet together. And then we'll get up to the ankles. So I'll go into a seated position, bring my foot, grab on the ball of the foot, and I'm going to rotate my ankle around, rotate around the other way. Same thing with the other foot. I don't know if it's going to pick up on the video, but there's a little bit of popping and cracking as I do this, so it's something I needed. And put my hands together. Rotate my hands around, get my wrists. Sometimes I'm focusing on the flexion forward, and sometimes I'll focus on the flexion backward with the other hand. So long as you're kind of getting both. So that's going to be joint rotations. Next we're going to move into the shoulder complex. So first I'm going to go into a streamline position. I'm going to rock to each side. So my hands are together, my arms are stretched up as high and as tall as I can get them. And then I'm just rocking from side to side very gently. Next I'm going to do bar pass-throughs. You're going to take a grip, and you want to get this as narrow as your shoulders can handle. For me it's going to be out a little bit wider. But I want to be able to pass the bar from front to back and back to front with my arms straight. And at the top, I'm trying to reach up as high as I can. I actually shrug my shoulders to get it over and make a nice smooth transition. Then we're going to do Scarecrows. Place my arms behind my head like so. I'm going to bring my elbows in and pull them back. At the back, I'm bringing them back as far as my scapula will retract. At the front, I'm pinching them in as far as as far as everything in my back will loosen up and the elbows come together. So I'll do 10 of those. And then we're going to do 10 what we're calling Egyptians, where your arm's down, the other arm's up. I'm going to switch arms. I'm trying to keep my upper arm parallel with the ground. And at the top of my left hand, I'm pulling back. And then with my bottom right hand, I'm pulling that back. And I just switch. Alright, so that's the shoulder complex. Loosen it up again. Next we're going to do twists and wood choppers. And just as if we're going to imagine we're holding a medicine ball. So it's imagining that I'm twisting with a medicine ball, bringing it from hip to hip. Imagine when I'm doing wood choppers, bringing it from up over my shoulder down over my left leg. But we're going to do it without the medicine ball so we can focus on the stretches and the movement. So the twist, I got my feet a little wider than shoulder width. My weight is on the balls of the feet. And I feel my weight sink as I twist around. I feel a little stretch in the hips as I get to each side. It doesn't have to be slow, but it should be gentle. And then when I come around to the ends, I want to twist all the way to where I'm looking backwards. So you're going to do 10 to each side on that. And then the wood choppers, I'm coming up over my shoulder. And right here I feel a little stretch in my hip. I've got my eyes up in my hands. And I'm going to come down to the opposite knee. Do 10 on that side, switch sides. Alright, so that's the twist and wood choppers. Next we're going to do the Spider-Man stretch. So I'm going to go down in the plank position. Bring my left foot up on my left hand. Let my right knee sink down. And I drop my right hip and I turn towards my left knee. And I feel that on the outside back of my leg there. I'm going to hold that for a count. I'm going to come back up. I'm going to turn my foot underneath. I'm looking to make my shin perpendicular to my torso. So a 90-degree angle between my torso and my shin here. I push my hip back and I want to sit down low towards my shin there. I'll hold that for another 10 seconds. And I switch and do the same thing on the other side. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull it underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'll do that twice on each side, go through that again. Then we're going to do the squat and reach. So next we're going to do the squat and reach. It's a 4-count exercise. So what I'm going to do is put my feet a little wider than where I normally squat. My feet are pointing straight forward. And then I'm going to come down. 1, I grab onto my ankles with my legs straight. If you're really flexible, you might be able to grab onto your toes. So that's 1. 2, I squat my hips down as low as I can get them. I'm pushing out on my knees with my elbows. 3, I raise my arms up over my head. I want to keep them straight. And 4, I stand. So this should be a nice, slow, relaxed movement, feeling the stretch in each position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, and I'll follow that through until I do 10 of them. Next we're going to do scorpions, both supine and prone. So we'll do the supine ones first. So supine's on my back. I've got my arms out to my side here. Bring my right leg up, nice and straight. Feel a stretch in the back of the hamstring. Bring my right leg across. I'm trying to touch it to my left hand, but if that's not as high as you can bring it with your legs straight, that's where you're going to. And you're going to keep both shoulders down on the ground. And what I'll do here is 5 on each leg, doing it slow and controlled like this.
And then what I'll transition to after I do 5 on each side of that is just swinging it up and across in a little more of a dynamic fashion. Whenever I roll over into the prone position on my stomach, what I'm trying to do is bring the opposite foot over to the opposite hand. And I want to keep both shoulders down while I do this. I don't want to turn myself up like so. Everything's staying down, close to the ground. And I'll do 10 on each side of that. Next drill we call over under the fence. So I'm going to imagine that there's a bar here and I'm stepping over it and then I'm coming underneath it. We're going to use our imagination because I don't actually need to have set up the bar there. So I bring my leg up, step over the fence, then I'll come back underneath it, like so. So over, over, under, over, over, under. I can do the same thing to the opposite side. So what I'll do is 5 on each side. So I do 5 on each side of the over under the fence. Next we're going to go to the plank complex. So first we're going to do straight arm push-ups. This develops a healthy scapula. So I've got my arms locked out underneath me here. My body's nice and straight. And what I'm going to do is do a push-up, but instead of bending my elbows, I'm just doing it from the shoulders. So do 10 of those. Then I'm going to go to side hip raises. So I'll sit here, right foot on top of left foot, down on my left elbow. And I'm contracting my abs to bring my hip up. And I'll do that for 10 on each side. So those are side hip raises, and then I'm going to go to bridges, where I'm going to lean. So let's demonstrate it this way. I lay flat on my back, I bring my foot in close to my butt here. I'm going to roll up on my shoulders, and I'm going to reach out over my shoulder there. And I'll do 10 to each side doing that. And that's the plank complex. And then next we're going to go to a knee tuck, to a lunge and twist. So standing here, I'm going to pull my knee up to my chest, step out and do a big lunge, nice big step. Go down into the lunge, I feel a little stretch in my hip flexor back there. And then a twist towards the leg that's forward, and then away from the leg that's forward. Back to the center, and up. And then I use the other leg. Pull it up, step forward, drop the knee, and twist. The thing I don't want to get here, I don't want to try to curve my back, trying to get more range of motion. I want to keep everything tight in here as I'm bringing it up. So this is straight, but I could do that, try and bring my knee up higher. I want you to bring your knee up as high as you can while keeping your back straight. So knee up, lunge, drop the knee, twist, and twist. And now I've got a little bit of a sweat going, I feel warmed up, I'm ready to go do the water of the day. Thanks.